Hello, I'm Catherine Casper. I'm a voice teacher. I've been teaching voice for more than 50 years. Today, I'd like to give the part 3 in a series of videos. Part 2 is linked in the description of this video. Today, I'm going to be talking about 3 parts of the vocal tract: the larynx, the tongue, and the pharynx. Okay, I hope I can explain these things to you in a way that is not terribly scientific and that you will understand what they are. The larynx, first of all, if you touch your throat right here, you're touching what is the biggest cartilage in this series of cartilages. And it is the thyroid cartilage. Okay, and the form is sort of like this. Okay, and the cords are within this structure, and there are other cartilages that adapt also for the structure. Okay, this is all cartilage. Okay, cartilage can move, and that is true of the larynx also. We want to use muscles to hold it open so that we have a structure that these cords that move very, very quickly within the larynx they can be supported and be open. Okay, the first part of it is the tongue. The tongue has many different muscles. The tongue starts here and goes, and it extends to the tip of the tongue at the teeth. Okay, I'm going to press my tongue against my lower teeth here, right against at the top of the teeth. And now I'm going to expand it, pushing it lightly against the molars here. Behind the molars, there's more space. Widen it even further. Now breathe in and out. And you'll feel that your throat is open. A tongue that is relaxed does not have the tonicity that we need. We need to be able to use these muscles to keep the larynx open. Also, another thing that doesn't really work is if I dip the tongue in the middle, because that will push, then the tongue is pushing down against the larynx, and that doesn't work either. That closes the false vocal folds, which I won't talk any more about, but you can look them up in the internet. The false vocal folds are not to be used in singing. We need to keep that open, and the tongue is the first part of that. All right, the other part is the pharynx. We always, as a child, we had sore throats. That's what the pharynx is. The pharynx is that back wall of the mouth. If I look into my mouth and the doctor looks in there and I'm having a sore throat, it's red, but it's just sort of pinkish if it's healthy. Okay, the pharynx, let's just say this is the pharynx. Okay, it's the wall at the back. Behind the wall is the spine. Okay, and the pharynx moves wherever the spine makes it go. It's a little bit like the lungs and the rib cage and the diaphragm. Okay, the cords, let's say, are here. There's part of the pharynx behind the cords, behind the oral cavity here, and behind the soft palate and the uvula above. Okay, this is the wall at the back. Now, I don't know if you are familiar with the Alexander technique, but one thing that is very useful in singing with the Alexander technique is the idea that as you move your spine a little bit back, and you raise the top of your head. Okay, I've gotten a little bit taller maybe. Okay, that doesn't mean I do like this. I keep my focus straight, I don't want that. we're going to just simply move this part right here. I'm going to move it back and up. And I'm going to keep looking straight. Now, what have I done? I have, okay, let's go back to my illustration here of my hands. Here are the chords. I have moved the larynx, the pharynx, slightly back, which means I have a little bit more space there. Okay, now see, we have the tongue going front, and we have this, that's pushing front, and the pharynx is moving a little bit back and up. And so then I have a little bit more space. So I have, instead of, I'm going to, I have, I have a sound that has more resonance. Again, I'm going to go back to my original position of my head and the spine. I all of a sudden have a little bit more resonance. Okay, thank you very much. Hope this was useful.